Our first quali run here for stand-up.
Yeah, we're getting qualifying underway. And here we go, first rider on track. This will be a real good chance to see the track rider on their own. Goofy footer as well. Do you think that makes much difference on this track, goofy or regular? I've been thinking about it. But
yeah, that's a good question. I'd say on certain tracks, let's say a track has one big slide and it's a right-hand corner.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
certainly makes a difference.
Yeah.
But a track like this where you're getting left, right, there seems to be a pretty even number of lefts and rights. It's going to be pretty even because the slide direction is kind of equal for a regular footer and a goofy footer. So, as I mentioned, people are going to be taking these quali runs differently. It looks like this guy's charging pretty hard. He kicked off pretty hard, got into his tuck right away. And we have riders blown by us now, so they're sending them at pretty good frequency.
Yeah, around about 30-second intervals. Yeah. So we'll stay with riders. We'll switch back. So we're not going to see necessarily everybody start. But it means that we can just keep this race moving and progress towards the heats pretty quickly. It's gone 1 o'clock local time here in Turkey. We're getting into the afternoon, but it's dry. Visibility's good, and that's really smooth riding there coming into that turn. Yeah,
this guy's looking solid. I feel bad that I don't know him by his leathers. It's kind of difficult, even though I've I know a lot of these skaters. Once they throw on all their gear, I'm sometimes not familiar, but I know this guy's from Europe. A little quick flip up of the visor. Probably get some better visibility if there's maybe a little drizzle still coming down. But yeah, this guy's looking solid.
Yeah, apologies just if we're not able to identify it so easily in qualifying. We're sort of working all that out. It's a learning curve, so massive apologies for that. It's something that we're trying to find some solutions to, but as I get more experience, I'm sure it'll help. That's a powerful start there. That's what we want to see.
That's a push. And I believe I was talking to this guy on the bus on the way up. I want to say his name's Tom. Pretty sure he's from Hong Kong. He said that this was one of his first races since before COVID, so it's exciting to see him kick off strong there. Yeah.
And on these straight sections, it is about being smooth, trying to get into that as aerodynamic as you can. You get too low, you're going to get that burn in the quads right before you've even hit turn number 1. But it's just about looking at it. For me, this is a course about being really relaxed, particularly on the top section. And getting nice and low coming out the turn and then into that aerodynamic position.
Yeah, I think relaxed is a good way to put it. When I was riding this track during the practice days, it's pretty rough, and you want to have kind of a relaxed position. If you're too tight, too kind of locked in, you may get thrown off by some of those kind of bumps and rumbly bits. But everyone's looking that they've really learned it and are doing solid, so it's cool to see. I know I talked to a couple of the riders, and actually having ridden it myself, there's one turn, you'll probably see it from the drone, that has this huge boulder. It's a right-hand turn going downhill. That corner is particularly difficult. I almost cased it a couple times riding that one. So I think we'll see some interesting stuff in that corner. Yeah, and it's interesting to see how the riders are taking each corner. Even though they look quite similar, each corner kind of has its different flair, whether riders are sliding, gripping, air braking, foot braking. Yeah.
And there's some slightly off camber corners as well, which is making it even harder. The forces are pulling you away from where you want to be going, and it just adds to the challenge.
Yeah, that's for sure. You always kind of hope for a corner that's banked and really sucks you to the inside and holds you in there. But yeah, a couple of these ones are pretty off camber, and I was riding them the other day and getting totally spit to the outside and almost washing off the road. So yeah, here's this boulder that I was talking about. That one's tricky. It's rough. It wants to push you off the road. Yeah.
So first rider we had, I believe it was Fabio winning in the finish area, trying to get some live timing. I know you guys are on the YouTube stream as well, asking a lot of questions. I'm going to try and dip in and out. We'll see what we can do there. It's conditions in the commentary position are a little challenging, so bear with us. Bear with me on that. We'll try and get them across. Maybe I'm
going to try and pull them up
get
here
them up,
as well.
And I'll keep an eye on the live timing or something like that. So we'll do our best, guys, but keep those questions coming in because we love the interaction.
Yeah, keep them coming. I'd love to be able to answer any of your guys' questions. Again, we so appreciate you guys tuning in. And here we got Harry. He's looking confident. Got another rider kicking off strong.
Yeah, a little bit of fog drifting back up the hill.
Just going to stay. I don't want to jinx it, but we had some gnarly weather this morning, and it seemed to break for a little bit, but it kind of looks like it's coming back in. Hopefully, we can keep a dry track so these riders keep getting quick runs. This guy's looking fast. That technique was good. I like. It's interesting to see them throw their arms out before the corner, and as you can imagine, that slows them down a little bit. That's called an air brake. So this guy's getting a little air brake, a little slide, probably just trying to dump the right amount of speed before the corner to make sure he doesn't go off the road, doesn't kill too much speed. He's looking good. We're going to try and get some of your questions fired up here. Again, we appreciate everyone that's joining us. I know I'm also looking at my Instagram, and I'm getting some of my friends from back home, which I don't even know what time it is. I think it's pretty late at night.
Getting into the early hours, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's also the weekend, so some of my friends are up partying, maybe drinking beers, watching the stream. So if you're joining us from a difficult time zone, we extra appreciate it.
Yeah, we got eyes on the YouTube chat now between us, so we'll just try and work it out. I've lost access to live stream. So Diego Poncelet on the start, and he is the tour leader winning in Montesiano, and tall, powerful athlete, generates that speed quickly out of the start and quickly into that aerodynamic position, smooth. He's low, and he's just gone past, and his upper body is so calm, so still. He's got his chin right in front of his knee as well. That is picture perfect out of the start for Diego Poncelet.
Yeah, Diego, we were talking earlier about skaters hitting the gym or not, or doing yoga. I know Diego is a machine. He is competitive. He's focused. This guy is getting his good sleep. He's hitting the gym. He's doing yoga. He's stretching. He's staying hydrated. He's an athlete, and other skaters, maybe they're not getting so much sleep. They're hitting the town the night before, maybe having a couple of drinks. Diego is not one of those guys, but he's at the end of the day, he's a cool dude. He's a skateboarder, and I think his kind of dedication and focus to his craft will show through. Already has, as you mentioned, he's had some pretty successful results this year.
So just looking in at some of the times, we've not quite got the actual time for you, but we've got Harry Clark the fastest, Owen Fox second, Fabio Minning third, Khalil Hamouri in fourth, Wingsun Thomas in fifth place.
Did you see the comments? Yeah, Diego is looking absolutely dialed on this run. Staying low, staying aerodynamic right up until the last second, braking just enough to maximize his speed on the exit of the corners. This dude is an absolute machine. I promise I won't keep saying it, but I've been doing this for a while, and Diego's a relatively new name, kind of in the community. But he has made quite an impression pretty quickly here in the last couple of years with his racing results. So I think he's going to be a top contender. I think we heard him earlier as a prediction to be on the podium. Here, I believe this is a shot of potentially Oh no, that's Greg. That's Gregory, and I believe Greg is from Switzerland. We were chatting just before practice run started. And there's a shot of Fabio. They're a little confusing because I think they're both Swiss and they both wear white leathers, but I'm trying to learn the differences. But both of those guys are going to be competitive.
So thanks for the comments that we're getting on YouTube. We're going to try and dip in and out of it. I know we've got Jay, 4 a.m. in Texas. I hope you're having a good night, my man. Odd Steiner, we'd love to see you. Thanks for tuning in from Norway. Get that luge out. Come join us next season, man. It would be awesome to have you along. Yeah, totally agree. Nice lines from Diego. He was looking good in there. That fog rolling in. Interesting question coming in. What happens if rain starts halfway through? Great question. Well, that's going to be over to Will and Chris to sort of make a call. But I think we would probably just stop where we are. Maybe give the riders that have still got runs to do a chance to change the wheels and just crack on.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the call. Again, we're trying to get through qualifying and through racing all today. So we want to run things quickly, but it would only make the most sense to give the riders, all they need is 5-10 minutes to do a quick wheel swap onto rain wheels, and then they'll be good to go. So right now, it's looking like the weather's going to hold off. The rain should hold off, so hopefully everyone can get dry qualies, but if not, you'll see them doing a quick wheel swap.
So I think we've now got Cole in first place, Vaclav in second, Harry down to third. Hope that you guys can follow along on WorldDownhillSkateboardingChampionship.com.
Nice, yeah, that's awesome.